So, as it turns out, the Canadian government is still insane. Here we have the headline. Trudeau government says non-whites who are perceived as white are guilty of white privilege. Yep, and that's because every institution in Canada is now full of race Marxists. And this is a way of smearing and silencing inconvenient critics of their far-left ideas. Let's see, Immigrants, Refugees, and Citizens Canada has a definition of white privilege that states that it's not just those of European origin that benefit from the concept, but anyone who accepts the legacies of colonialism as normal. I don't understand what any of this means. I mean, are we supposed to all just leave? Like everybody just leaves? Yeah, what about all the immigrants from, Africa and China and India and everywhere else? Everybody just has to get up and leave now because of the legacies of colonialism? Well, of course not. Because if they did, all the people working at Immigrants, Refugees, and Citizens Canada would also have to leave, and they'd have no job. And what's their job? To call everybody racist. But what is the purpose of expanding the definition of white privilege? Well, it's the same purpose as calling, Larry Elder the black face of white supremacy. It's simply to try and smear and discredit anybody who disagrees with them. And that's anybody of any background. Because at the end of the day, the most important thing is you bend the knee. But let's go to the source here. So this is from Government of Canada, the IRCC Anti-Racism Strategy, and here's their glossary. But let's get to white privilege here. Let's see, benefiting from unearned power, advantages, access, or opportunities. Oh, they must be talking about Justin Trudeau here. But anyway, based on being white or being perceived as white. White people are defined as belonging to any of the various peoples with light-colored skin, usually of European origin. The term has become an indicator less of skin color and more of an unquestioning acceptance of the legacies and ongoing practices of white supremacy and colonialism. And I'm so glad they said that, because you might not be aware of the fact that if you disagree with them about anything, you're a white supremacist. And your entire life just revolves around colonizing something. So be warned that if you're not European, but your skin's a little too white, a little too white for the likings of the IRCC, they've got their eyes on you. Well, let's see. Apparently, they've got a commitment to anti-racism. Thank goodness. Now, keep in mind, this is Canada, so this is paid for by the Canadian government. They're talking about the murder of George Floyd for some reason, which has absolutely nothing to do with Canada. But they've just decided that it has everything to do with Canada. But it looks like not all is well inside Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada, because they recognize the presence of racism in Canada and within their own organization. I mean, not the person who wrote this, I'm sure, but it's lurking in there somewhere. I mean, if even they're racist, well, you definitely are. They've got a We Acknowledge section here. They say, it says that the experiences of many Indigenous peoples, Black people, and racialized groups intersect with sexism, ethnocentrism, classism, homophobia, Islamophobia, anti-Semitism, xenophobia, and other forms of discrimination, such as those experienced by people with visible and non-visible disabilities. So I guess, just in case you thought you might not be oppressed, they're pretty sure that you are. Unless your skin is too white, in which case you're definitely not. In fact, you're a colonizer. So this is actually a little bit of a departure from what they were saying not that long ago. Here we have from the National Post. Only white people can be racist. Inside Global Affairs Anti-Racism Course Materials. And here we've got something from Global Affairs Canada. And this is from their anti-racism training materials. This is what they teach to diplomats. And here they have overt white supremacy, so blackface, so obviously Justin Trudeau. Here they've got the Proud Boys, and the Proud Boys are multiracial. The fact that people think they're white supremacists is just a testament to how pathetic the corporate media is in Canada and how dishonest our own government is. But anyway, let's see, covert white supremacy. That's the stuff you got to watch out for. Let's see, meritocracy is validation. So you could just say meritocracy is supremacy, which I think comes as a great surprise to everybody else in the world, wherever they're from. But anyway, colorblindness. So not being racist is racist. That's good to know. How about erasure of slavery in Canada? Well, we wouldn't want to do that. So maybe we'll take a look at the Wikipedia page for the Haida people. The Haida are an indigenous group who have traditionally occupied the Haida Gwaii, an archipelago just off the coast of British Columbia, Canada, for at least 12,500 years. They are known for their craftsmanship, trading skills, and seamanship. They are thought to have frequently carried out raids and to have practiced slavery. Well, gee whiz, I never knew there were white supremacists. So there you have it. The Trudeau government is still pumping out race Marxism gibberish. How much of this is overcompensation for Justin getting out his dad's shoe polish? I don't know. But one thing's sure, he's not going to stop until he gets voted out. Anyway, please subscribe, like, and share. Sharing really helps me out. I notice when people share my content, it makes a big difference. Thank you for doing that. I will see you next time.